Hello and welcome to Sure I Guess. Today we're going to be drawing one of the most important things people have in this world, and that is food. Food. Yeah. Whoa. Stop. What? 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 No. No. Now food is a difficult subject because in order to draw food, you must understand it. You want to know the topic that you're drawing. It helps the video greatly if you understand what the video is about. So when you're drawing something, it helps to draw something you know about. And food relies on chemistry. I don't know why my F is doing that, but um, food relies on chemistry. And chemistry, it's very complicated how food is made. But food comes in the 5 different states of matter. And that's the thing we're going to start with. That's going to be our starting point because we all know there are 5 different. We know the 3 fairly well. The first one we all know is the solid. Um, and the solid is a fairly easy one to understand. That's a solid. It's a square. It's a big old square. It's kind of three-dimensional. Solid, um, we're going to label it S. It's fairly simple. It's all compact, close together, and we have solid foods that we eat. Then sometimes we decide, hey, we're not going to eat solid foods. Instead, we want something cool and refreshing to drink, and that's a liquid. Which that's close enough. That's a liquid. And then there's gases, and gases we don't eat in their natural state, which is just like a big puff of air. Instead, we generally we generally compress them first and then spray them out. But those are the 3 basic types that we're going to be working with. And that's what we're going to start with, and then I'll introduce you to other things. So in order to draw food, I'll introduce you to the last 2 is what I mean. In order to draw food, you must first understand the type of food that they are. So it's a solid, a liquid, or a gas right now. We'll get into deeper stuff later. Um, and so we will start by drawing a solid. And there is no greater solid food, I would argue, than cake. You're wondering, that does not look like a solid. That looks nothing like a solid. In fact, that that looks more like the liquid you drew. Well, I have news for you, buddy. That's the icing. It's the icing. Why am I drawing this icing first? Why have I decided to do that? Well, that is fairly simple. It's because the icing flows. It flows, and you don't really know where it's going to go, and it gets everywhere. Meanwhile, the actual cake part, the cake that is cooked, that is prepared, you can just draw that as straight lines. If I had drawn this first, then I would have had to match up the icing to work with that. So this is the first food we drew. It is a cake. Oh my god, and that's a solid. Now we're gonna move on to a liquid. In this fairly simple, once again, we're gonna draw probably one of my favorite drinks. Watch this. Bam. See that? Not looking like a liquid right now, is it? One of my favorite drinks in the world is a Slurpee. Whoosh. Straw just sticks straight up. It doesn't actually have like a bendy part to it. I love Slurpees, and you can draw in accordance to your favorite, but my favorite is cherry Slurpee with something they had during the Romney Obama campaign with some vanilla. They like this vanilla, this piece vanilla, you know, which I absolutely love, and probably one of the most important things is the Coke. Oh, the Coke and cherry and vanilla. And you can throw whatever you want in your Slurpee, but that right there, that stuff inside, that is the food. We're drawing food here, and right there, that's the liquid food. We've moved on. That is food. So we've gotten through 2 of the most basic types. We just have to go to the gas now, and the gas that we were drawing, is something people typically don't eat. But just in case, because other people do, you know, um, actually no, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna go yellow, like an orangish color. Food does come in gaseous form, and this is one of those forms right here. it's actually, I know that doesn't look much like a food, but that is a food. It's actually cooking spray. And that part right there is the gas. I know it looks fairly similar to the liquid, but you know what? We're just gonna move on. I'm not gonna. So there are two final forms of matter that people often don't recognize. One of them we should be fairly familiar with, though. One of them we should be fairly familiar with, and that's like it's crazy. It's going rapid fire. It's plasma. I like to call these two the two P's. Plasma is a more energized version of a gas. It moves much more quickly. We find it in stars, and the molecules in plasma move at a rapid back and forth pace. Whereas we know the basics of the other ones. I'm just explaining plasma because not everyone might know about this, but it's the atoms are whooshing past each other and they're all flying around, and that's what stars are made of. But the other one is it's not quite a solid. It's not quite a liquid. It's definitely not a gas because the molecules don't exactly slide past each other, but they're all not exactly stuck in place. I told you this is the two P's, so I'm going to give you a second to guess. The second one is. Okay, you're not going to get it. You're dumb. You're all dumb. It looks a lot like a liquid, but remember, it's solid. It is solid while still having the properties of it's crazy. This is the second P. It is pudding. So, now that we've learned the last two types of food we will be drawing based on their chemical compositions, their states of matter, we can draw them. So first we're going to start off with our plasma, because that's a crazy one. You're probably wondering, what is that? That doesn't look anything. Um, Plasma foods are hard to come by, but I know of one that you probably didn't expect to be made out of plasma. In fact, I can almost guarantee that you didn't think it was made out of plasma. That's partially because it's not, but mostly because people are ill-informed about the foods they eat. This, my friend, is it's one of those extreme airheads, and yeah, I will admit it is composed mostly of a solid, but plasma emits from it at such high rates because it's so sour. It is so sour that literal plasma is shooting off of that. That kind of looks like that kind of looks like moldy, rotten bacon, but that is an extreme airhead with such sour bits. Oh my god, jumping all over. Okay, we're gonna move on to a pudding. Pudding, which only has one food we could naturally attribute to it. I mean, it's in the name. It's a pudding, and that food is gelatin. Gelatin wiggles. It's a pudding. It is a type of pudding. Those are the wiggle lines. Woo! It's dancing. It is. It is dancing. Whoa, Jello, where are you going? Where are you going? You're going. Whoa! I can't zoom out any further. I can zoom in. Whoa! Hello. We're getting pretty close right now, Jello. Oh my God, Jello. No. Oh. No. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. This. I don't. I can't. Not in front of the viewers, Jello. Jello. Okay. Jello and I aren't on talking terms right now. But to make this more fun, this is Jello, and my favorite type of Jello with little turds of bananas in them. And this is the fifth state of matter, a pudding, the lesser known of all states of matter. So we broke down all the different types of foods by their state of matter as derived from chemistry. We have solids, we have liquids, lichen. Those are a type of moss. We have solids, liquids, gases, plasmas, and puddings. The three basic states as well as the PPs. PP. Uh, oh god, that man! I'm gonna tell my mom about that one. She might actually. No, she still won't talk to me.